Good day, Pokemon fans and Rival League players alike. This is Blazeman, and today I'm bringing you my Week 5 battle for the second season of the PDD. And with this matchup, we are facing off against Shadow Gallade and his Carolina Tauros Heels. I believe I said that correctly. This is someone I've never faced before, so another new opponent. In classic PDD Season 2 fashion, we got a lot of new coaches, so always good face off against them. So yes, Shadow Gallade has drafted quite a scary team, to be honest with you. I'm going to go over it now. As you see it on the right, it is Cincino, which one of his Terra captains with the Terra types of Normal, Poison and Fire, Ogerpon, Half Flame, Landorus, Incarnate, Primeape, which is his second Terra captain, with the Terra types of Fighting, Ghost and Water. And then we've got Tinkerton, Raging Bolt, which is one of the new Pokemon, new Paradox Pokemon, which seems pretty powerful. And then to round it off, he's got defensive threats such as Weezing Galar, Regirock, Fortress, and Slow King. Now, looking into this matchup, I noticed a few things. One, his lack of Infernape switchings is pretty good. I think Scarf Gengar does really well. And I desperately need Scream Tail to check the Raging Bolt. So those are a few things I had to think about in this matchup. So let's quickly jump into the team. As you can see here, we have Crazy Frog. He is rocking his choice specs this week with Dark Pulse, Serve, U-Turn and Ice Beam. Now Specs goes absolutely mental in this matchup. Dual Stab plus Ice Beam is literally all the coverage I need. Of course, Dual Stab, Dark Pulse for Slow King and Ice Beam for the Raging Bolt. U-Turn is just to scout his initial check 2 Gren, just to see what he's going to go for, but as I say, I think it'll be Slow King, some sort of Colbert Thunderwave Slow King, or Raging Bolt. And then the speed is for Max Speed Cincino, just because I have seen him bring 248 speed Cincino before, so I just don't want to get caught off guard in case that thing, comes in. Moving on, we have our second Pokemon this week, a potential late game win con. Gren's going to be a broken in this matchup. Potential late game win con in our SD Sizzle. Circumcision is rocking his muscle band again this week with Dual Stab and Knockoff. This has a lot of great potential late game. As I said, Dual Priority does really well in this matchup. Knockoff for the Slow King and the Raging Bolt, and 24 speed. Raging Bolt is the speed of which we are creeping set. We are running 188 speed. And the defense is for a +1 Cincino. We can live 2 tail slaps. Well, two 5-hit tail slaps from a +1 Cincino if he's jolly after rocks, which is always good. So as I mentioned before, the aforementioned painful duo for Shadow Gallade to deal with, we are first rocking off with a Kumu. She has got her Choice Scarf this week. And she's speed tying Ogerpon, just in case it runs just a neutral speed tie, no Trailblazer, we can risk the 50-50 if we need to. Outspeeds potential Scarf Lando, which I thought could have some merit in this matchup. Dual Stab goes absolutely mental. As you can see, Shadow Gallade does not have a Dark type. Icy Wind will pick off the Landorus from full. Obviously, it can live Sludge Wave and it can live 1 Shadow Ball. And then Destiny Bond is an emergency use in this game. If we need to, it can pick off a threat. We'll trade with a threat if Ogerpon comes in and is set up. We can click Destiny Bond, it will KO us, and then we can KO it in return. Which, honestly, if that comes down to it, I'll be happy to make that trade because some of these threats can just potentially win in the game. To finish off our offensive core this week, we are rocking with Danny Rand, and he has his Life Orb this week with the Fire Blast, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Vacuum Wave. Now the speed is enough for Landorus, and Mixed Attack Life Orb just does stupidly well in this matchup. As I said, Shadow Gallade's team does not have good switch-ins at all to this threat. Enough special attack and attack. I think the attack was to KO a max HP Raging Bolt with Earthquake, and then the rest was put into special attack. Now, Gudra, this set is a little bit heat, a little bit of the unconventional here this week to combat the power of his fire types. So it's a special attack to stop defensive pivots from walling me, and then the rest into defensive speed. But the bulk is mainly for the fact that we can live a +1 Cincino Tail Slap after rocks. That is the main way Cincino can hit me. Obviously, because we are Sapsip, we're going to be immune to Bullet Seed, and Terra Blast Fire won't do a lot to us at all. And then also for the Ogerpon Half Flame. So with our defense and HP, IV Cudgel does a maximum of, it does in the region of 24 to 28 from a max attack Jolly Ogerpon, which he obviously has to be Jolly for Infernape. But yeah, and then if he's +2, the IV Cudgel does 48 to 57. So it's a good chance that we do get to a code, but we can still live the hit regardless. And of course, we are rocking with the Ability Shield plus Sap Sipper in this matchup to make us immune to the Grass Type moves from Ogerpon and the Ability Shield to negate its ability to negate Ogerpon's ability of Mold Breakers. So we are still immune to its Grass Type moves regardless, unless we get knocked off. But hopefully we don't. And we also Terra Water obviously to resist the dual fire types, and it also makes us not weak to Ogerpon because it can't click play right first. And next we've got our Screamtail, which is going to be our Spadef wall in this matchup. We've got enough speed for the Landorus, Spadef to soft check Raging Bolt, and then Rocks to apply pressure to the fire type, obviously Cinccino and Ogerpon. And we've got enough, so for max speed, we've got enough defense, Spadef and HP to where max special attack Raging Bolt does 24 to 28 with Thunderclap, and then it will do 31 to 37 with Thunderbolt. So yeah, good soft check to Raging Bolt with the leftovers and the Wish as well to keep us going for longevity, and Baton Pass obviously for momentum. Right, that is the team. I will quickly jump into the battle. I will see you all there. So here we are with the battle, and Shadow Gallade opted to bring the Cinccino, the Ogerpon, the Tinkaton, the Wheezing Galar, the Raging Bolt, and the Landorus on. Now, Cinccino, Ogerpon, and Raging Bolt and Landorus were 4 mons I expected 100%. I knew they had to come in this matchup. His last 2 mons I knew would be defensive pivots. I was thinking maybe the Tinkaton and the Slowking Galar, or the Wheezing and the Slowking Galar. I didn't think both would come because obviously with both Wheezing Galar and Tinkaton, if they are not very, Tinkaton's not Ochre and Wheezing Galar isn't very Spadef, he is incredibly weak to Fire Blast from Infernape. So upon looking at that, no Slowking, I thought let's lead off with Infernape and get the most damage of which we can, because he doesn't have good Fire Blast switch-ins at all. Because obviously this Tinkaton does not want to stay in, as you see it does not stay in, and he's going to switch out into, I believe it's Wheezing Galar that comes in here. Yes, as you can see here, Wheezing Galar comes in and it's going to take a Fire Blast straight to the face and do a clean 75%. A clean 75%. You do see here it gets healed up with a backslash recovery, but this is an easy kill from Infernape. The thing I liked about this Infernape set the most is I knew this battle was going to be an offensive one, so I thought best start out from the get-go with the offenses. But yes, because his obviously there was no Slowking and Raging Bolt I didn't think was going to be a lead. I thought Infernape would do very well to claim the kill. As you can see here, claim the kill turn 1. Now I was checking for this Wheezing to have Levitate, but I didn't see it. I didn't see Neutralizing Gas, so I'm going to assume that it is Levitate. I was going to click EQ in case the Raging Bolt came in, but I thought I'm just going to click Fire Blast. If any chip I can get on the Raging Bolt will be good chip. As you do see, we do click the Fire Blast, and unfortunately we do miss, but unfortunately you cannot hit them all. That is just how it goes these days. Our opponent is going to go for the Sludge Wave, and that is going to do quite a fair bit amount of damage, thankfully leaving us still a good amount, so we have a couple of Life Orb bits left in us. And we're going to just click the Fire Blast again here, because we're not going to miss twice in a row. That is not how the Winchester Medichams play. We play to win. As you see, our opponent does go for the Protector, something like that. So he's just trying to stall out more Fire Blast, but I don't need too many. I only need about 3 or 4 really to do a lot of damage, because nothing really lives. I think the only thing that will live another one after Rocks is the Raging Bolt, so every time I click Fire Blast I will get a kill here. I debated switching out, but no, this is I know that I'm not going to miss this one, and Danny Rand does not miss more than once, so I know that for sure. And as you're going to see here, we do thankfully connect this second Fire Blast, and the Wheezing Galar does go down, which is good. That mon was a slight defensive pain in the butt, so that's good. It's always good to have this mon go down. Now, realistically, the Raging Bolt should be the mon that comes in here, because that mon is a big threat. So I need to check that very appropriately and be careful around it. I do not want to let that thing get out of hand with too many Calm Minds going. As you see, my opponent is going to select the Raging Bolt here, and we shall switch out very quickly into our Screamtail because that is our check this in this matchup. Yeah, this mon is a big threat, so I want to play around it appropriately. As you see, we do elect to bring in our Screamtail, and I want to gauge the damage on this thing, see if it's specs, if it's AV, what kind of set it is. As you see, our opponent just go for the Thunderbolt, and that does about right damage, about 36% ish. So we do take that very comfortably. It's a 3-KO. He's not spec'd anything, obviously. So I'm assuming it's just some sort of max special attack variant, possibly AV. Could be Combine leftovers. We'll just have to see. But I am going to elect to get out of my Stealth Rocks here, just because it'll be very nice to keep that Ogrebon in check, because Ogrebon is a big threat, and I can live another 3 Thunderbolts from this after lefties, so I'm not immediately threatened out by this one. As you see, we are going to select to get up our Stealth Rocks. Now our opponent is just going to go for the Thunderbolt again, bringing us just down below 50. Just showing you the power of Raging Bolt, and this is quite a Spadef Screamtail. But thankfully, we do have the Wish on this set, so we can choose to do that if we need to. But I do want to get some damage off. I do want to get some damage off on this Screamtail, so I'm going to just go for the play off here to make sure I don't come out of this exchange with the Raging Bolt at full HP. So you want to see, we're going to land the play off and get a big crit here. That is a very helpful crit, doing around 60%, 55%. Our opponent does elect to go for the Thunderbolt, bringing us just almost killing us, but we're surviving on a mere sliver here, thankfully. That is the defensive capabilities of Screamtail here. And with this turn, I do think my opponent will try and go for the Thunderclap, predicting us to go for the play off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to elect to get up a Wish here, and either get Screamtail up to a higher HP or bring in Infernape and get it back to full. As you do see, we do get that prediction right, and our opponent does go for the Thunderclap. So now there's a Wish in the air. I'm thinking on this. I think on this turn that I think he's still going to predict me to go for the play off now, because I've got my Wish up in the air. So I will indeed go for the. I'm going to go for the Wish again, because I think he'll go for the Thunderclap another time and then he'll attack. So on that second, not this turn coming, the next turn I will choose to click play off and attack. But yeah, this mon is just such a threat. When I was playing for this team, I really had to bring Screamtail, otherwise I didn't have good options for this at all. I had to bring this Spadef Screamtail because Sandaconda and Thunderous did not want to take Drake and Meteors. So obviously I had to be this Screamtail. Yes, so we're going to elect to get up our Wish here, predicting our opponent to go for the Thunderclap, but instead he actually goes for the Calm Mind, which is a bit of a threat. This mon is this mon's a big problem now, but thankfully this playoff is a 2-hit KO, and he cannot OHKO us from full at the current HP we're at. I do believe it's a 2-hit KO from anything, which is good. So we can get off at least another playoff and secure a lot of damage in this thing and put it in range of our Sizzle, or no, it has to be our Sizzle after the playoff damage. So you do see here that our opponent does choose to go for the +1 Thunderbolt, but thankfully Screamtail was able to get a lot of damage off that thing, and definitely in quick attack range. And that left it on maybe 110, below 10% for sure. So just I wanted to bring player off Screamtail over Dazzling Gleam because the Calm Mind potential was very real. That would have meant that I would have been a complete setup fodder for this Raging Bolt, which was not ideal because honestly it could have won the game if I hadn't have thought the physical Screamtail. So I'm going back and forth here thinking, oh, will my opponent click Thunderclap? Will he click Thunderbolt? But ultimately, I do think because he's seen the fact that I can wish, he is going to click Thunderbolt, and he does click Thunderbolt. So we do connect and kill this Raging Bolt. Now, I was not envisioning Screamtail of ever killing a Raging Bolt. I was envisioning it getting too boosted to kill us, and we have to choose it to pick us off. But Screamtail has literally done everything he needs. It has set rocks, it has killed the mon it was supposed to check. So, Moshi Monster, you've done all of your work in this matchup and more. So, that is the power of the Screamtail. So, we do see Tinkaton come back in here, and we're going to elect to get off a wish on this Tinkaton. I have a feeling that our opponent is going to want set rocks. Unfortunately, we did not bring any removal this matchup, so rocks are going to be here to stay. But it would be good to get our one of our mons back up to full. So you see, he does elect to go for the stealth rock. Now this is a good opportunity for me to bring in my Sizzle, because the most Tinkaton can do to my Sizzle is click knock off, which is not a massive threat because I am a Swords Dance variant. And we are going to see this is a leftover Tinkaton. But yeah, so as we do, I'm going to Baton Pass out here. I don't really need Screamtail much, so I don't need too much HP. This is enough HP. I'm going to choose to get in Sizzle here, and look at his team. He's not got a lot of switchings. He's got the Cincina, the Ogerpon, the Tinkaton, the Lando Eye. He doesn't have good switchings to Bullet Punch anymore, so I can just elect to freely set up an SD and go for either Bullet Punch or Quick Attack, depending on the mon of which comes in. I did think about going into my Infernape, but it was a roll to kill me with Flare Up or Earth Bulldoze in case you went for that, so I thought best to bring in Sizzle. And of course, any damage he does to me will get undone via the wish. So we should see a knockoff come up here. No, we actually go for the Gengar Hammer, which works out very nicely for me. So we get that all the way back up to full. And now we get a free Swords Dance, which puts Shadow Gallade very much on the back foot. He does not have good switching to this mon at all. Yeah, there is, especially after rocks, I'm fairly certain that Lando will die in one hit to Bullet Punch. I think, yeah, and then obviously Ogerpon does the Bullet Punch plus Quick Attack. Yeah, everything, I will claim a kill here with this Sizzle now. Even if my Muscle Band does get knocked off from the Tinkaton here, I will still be able to claim a kill and put in a massive amount of damage with Mr. Circumcision. Also, I've just realised the end's been cut off by the trading bot there. Classic name that's too long. That's just all out for future weeks. You see, we are going to get, our opponent does select to go for the knockoff, which does a fair amount of damage, which removes our Muscle Band, but we still are able to get up a Swords Dance. Now, Tinkaton does not want to take this Bullet Punch at all. Obviously, it being part fairy and having quite low defense, this is going to do a lot of damage. So we are going to get this Bullet Punch off here and see what he wants to do. Oh, so we do see that our opponent actually chooses to switch out from his Tinkaton into the Wishes. Landorus. This is not going to want to take this very well at all. This is not going to want to appreciate a Bullet Punch, as we see here. It's going to do... Oh, it lives on just a sliver. It lives on just a sliver, which is perfect. It's always going to claim its first KO of the match there. Good old bit of controller drift from my part there. Yep, Sizzle's going to claim its first kill of the match. Well done, Sizzle. Good. Now, I do expect my opponent to bring in his Ogerpon and Cincino now. As we do see the Jovapon. Nice. So unfortunately, this mon is not in range of +2 Quick Attack, even if it's taking rocks damage. But thankfully, I do have Screamtail in the back, which I can choose to just sack off now, because Screamtail has done more than its fair share of work. But yeah, so I don't feel the need to leave it around. And if this thing is this is an SD set, I'm going to my Gengar. And if it's a Trailblaze set, I can go into my Goodra. So we do have ways around this. Very soft ways though, we do still have ways around this massive threat that is Ogerpon.
I want to keep Sizzle around. I think kill it from 4.
Yeah, we are going to see
He
this Pokemon just does like to go for the Ivy Cudgel, which is going to pick off my Scream Tail, but thankfully that means I get to showcase do get to showcase the tech of which I brought here for Hartley's, which is going to be three hours. This is going to be pretty cool tech here. I don't really want to go into Gengar just yet because that Tinkerton is still around, so I can't really lock myself into Bloodriri or Shadow Ball. So yeah, I'm going to keep that in the background. I'm going to keep it in the back, and I'm going to choose to get off my Terra Water with my Guju because I do kind of beat the rest of the team now. I kind of hard all the rest of the team to be honest with you, apart from Tail Slap and some Xeno. So we're going to go into Guju here. Now with this turn, I'm really debating whether to go for the Fire Blast or the Sludge Wave, because obviously this Ogerpon could just switch out, and Fire Blast would do a lot of damage to the incoming Tinkerton. But obviously I could stay and click Sludge Wave, which would be a 2-KO on this Ogerpon, and obviously not be effective against the Tinkerton because of being its part Steel type. But I thought ultimately that I have more, I can deal with the Tinkerton a bit better because I still have Scissor in the background. In the back, then I can deal with Ogerpon this mon. Gudra is pretty much my only soft check this mon, so I really cannot let it get out of hand, otherwise this is going to go south really, really fucking quickly. So we'd ultimately choose to go for the Sludge Wave here, and of course we are going to Terra. Hopefully, best case scenario, he goes for the power up here and we get an attack boost, which would be, so we just shove the tech, but of course, Terra Water Gudra has been a defensive MVP in this matchup. Not only in this matchup, obviously playoffs going to bounce off of us, going to do about 3-hit KO, which is not too bad. Yeah, and Sludge Wave is going to do about, what's that, maybe 65%, 60%, which was definitely within the cat range. I believe that was a high roll, and I'm going to scold her in case he decides to preserve this because it's the best middle ground player. Yes, but Gudra's been such a defensive MVP in this season. I think it probably will win the Winchester Medichams defensive MVP of the season because there have been. I think the matchup versus KJ, as you see, our opponent takes player off, and that does not kill us, and we do pick off the scold. The matchup versus KJ, we would have honestly probably have lost to Combine Comfort without this Gudra. And the same thing with Ogerpon here, we would have lost to this Ogerpon quite easily if we didn't have Gudra. So Gudra defensive MVP of the week and of the season, possibly. We'll see. Hartley's putting in the finest of work. In comes Fluffel. Obviously, I'm going to elect to just stay in here. I see no reason to switch out. I don't want this thing to get up for tidy up for 4-3. And if I do go for the Draco or the Scold, it will put Cincino in range of my Sizzle, which is good, allowing Sizzle or Infernape to clean up late game. As we do see our opponent ghostly tidy up here, which is going to be quite threatening, and I'm hoping to get a Scold burn here to punish him for the going up tidy up in the face of him. He's just seen Scold, which is such a risky play, but with the Pokemon you have to always play 2 outs. Let's see if we can get a burn. Let's see if we can punish him. Come on, punish him. Punish him. No, we don't get the ban, unfortunately. Oh well. That is going to be in range of Infernape or Sizzle, so that's going to be good. Hartley's has more than done its job here, taking us down. The Mono's supposed to check in the Ogerpon and severely weakened this Cincino. Now, what would be good is if we see a Tail Slap miss, that would be sweet as. Just so I could get Gudra to get 2 kills, but yeah, that would be ideal. But he should be loaded dice, I imagine. I imagine he's loaded dice. Because he should also have Rock Blast, not Rock Blast, Bullet Seed for my Knuckle Stack. We are going to see it gonna, Cincino want to terrestrialise here.
Yes, a triple axle to kill me.
Into a Fire type, of course. As predicted, which is just such a little, look at that chandelier hanging from him, that's so cool. And we are going to see our opponent go for the Tail Slap here. Which does honestly respectable damage. I did about what? 70, 75, which is not too bad to be fair for a +1. I'm a Gudra, which is known to not have the best special defense. Yes, so Heartless is going to go down here, but I'm thinking I can bring in my Scissor, I can bring in my Infernape. But I have been wanting to get a couple of more Infernape kills, so I think I'm going to bring in my Infernape here. And simply just clean up this match. But yeah,
You kind of want more 8 kills. Yeah, I'm gonna go Infernape.
we are able to pick this thing off with vacuum range. Vacuum wave. We're just running a quick count to see, and it is indeed in vacuum wave range. Obviously, there's no rocks anymore, so we don't have to worry about the rocks, thankfully, for our opponent. But yeah, so we are going to pick this Tinksino off with a vacuum wave, thankfully. And yeah, and then Tinkerton's going to come in here, and we do, and it will. We should be able to kill it with a fire blast, unless it's Octoberry, but we'll find that out in just a minute. So in comes the Tinkerton here. Let's see if it's Octoberry or not. But yeah, if it's not Octoberry, this is going to go down like a sack of shit. Like a sack of shit. And it's not Octoberry. That is GG, well played to Shadow Gallade there. A nice 4-0 win on the back of Infernape. Your Winchester Medichams are going to be moving to 4-1. But yes, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to kick punch that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well down below there. And leave any comments, let me know if there's anything you do differently. Or anything that you want to see in future content. As always, until then, this is Blazeman signing off. Peace and love, as always. Bye!